Hi, this is Nia, and today I'm going to show you how to paint a cute autumn pattern with watercolors. I'm going to firstly paint the collection of autumn shapes that I'm going to use with scrap paper, and during this time I will show you a step-by-step way of painting each shape. Then I'll speed through the rest of the video. So today I'll be using Reeves Liquid watercolors, and here are the colors I have chosen for this project. So the first thing we are going to paint is a tiny acorn. Firstly, to create the top of the acorn, I'm going to mix burnt umber and burnt sienna. Then I'm going to paint an oval-like shape with a knob on top. It's a good idea to always remember to clean your brush before mixing any other colors, so the colors that you choose stays true. For the bottom bit, I mixed yellow ochre with a small amount of burnt sienna. Create a half oval shape, then make a small area for the highlight. Once you're happy with the shape, just fill the rest of the area with the same color mixture, leaving the area of the highlight white. We are going to repeat the shape again with a different color variation. So for the second acorn, I used sap green with a small amount of orange to mute the colors a little. Feel free to use the green as it is, but I personally like colors to be a little muted for more of an autumn feel. Again, make an oval-like shape for the top of the acorn with an addition of a dot on top. Then I'm just going to use the same colors as before for the bottom bit. Make half of an oval shape and create an area for the highlight. Fill in the shape, leaving the area of the highlight white, and now we have two cute acorns. The second shape we are going to paint is a branch with red berries. Using the same brush, I create a line with two branches sticking out of the sides in the color burnt umber. As you can see here, my paint was a little too pale for my liking, so I decided to paint over it again using the same color. Then clean your brush and paint 3 small circles in the color crimson. You can leave a small area in the middle white if you want to create a highlight, but for now I prefer to keep the small shape simpler. For the third shape, I'm going to make another twig with branches, but this time I'm going to be adding tiny flower buds. Like the second shape, start by making fine lines for the branches using the same color, which is burnt umber. Make the same shape of a line with 2 branches sticking out, but this time we are going to add more on each of those 3 branches so that it looks like this. Once you are done, clean your brush and pick up a small amount of orange with fairly thick consistency and paint teardrop-like shapes on each branch. For the fourth shape, we are going to make a green foliage. This one is fairly simple. First off, you have the choice of using only sap green or a mixture of sap green and yellow ochre. Adding yellow ochre will make the foliage look more wilted, whilst the sap green will make it look more fresh. So again, it is out of your own preference which one you choose. I start by making a very fine line on a slight angle, then I'm going to paint a teardrop shape on top, then going down and painting the same shape on each side until you reach the bottom. I'm going to repeat the same shape, but this time using predominantly yellow ochre and adding a small amount of sap green. You will see what I mean before about making the leaves look more wilted by adding a warmer color. The fifth shape is probably my favorite one because I think it looks round and cute. So these are just some simplified maple leaves. I'm going to paint it in 2 colors, but as you will see later, when I make the final pattern, I will add additional colors for the shape. Okay, So start by making 3 oval shapes, one in the middle and one on each side with the edge touching each other. For this one, I just use an orange, and for the other one, I'm going to repeat the same shape again, but this time I'm adding some medium yellow to the orange. Once you are happy with the shapes, add the stem by using the color burnt umber. Remember to wait for the paint to dry first. If you paint the stem while the surface is still wet or damp, the colors will bleed out, so always keep that in mind. The sixth and final shape, we are going to paint a different type of leaf using a mixture of phthalo blue and sap green. I'm going to make a similar shape as the fourth shape, but this time I'm bunching them all together so you get a big leaf instead of separate ones. If there are any white surface you might have left in the middle, just fill it in with the same color. Then, wait for the paint to dry and paint one line using burnt umber again for the stem. And we are done! Let's get to making the actual pattern. So for the actual pattern, what you want to do is spread all of the shapes as evenly across the page as possible. I'm going to start by making the patterns per shape and fill in as I go. Here I have used an A5 piece of 300 GSM watercolor paper, and it's thick enough to be made into cards or bookmarks or even a notebook cover, which I'm going to be showing in the future with this pattern here, so stick around if you're interested. So enjoy the rest of the video and I'll meet you at the end. It's up to you whether you want to make the pattern as dispersed or as tight as possible. For my case, I wanted it to be quite full, so after I'm done with all the shapes, I decided to add a few extra ones just to fill in the page a bit more until I'm happy with it. So here's the final pattern. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye!